Bad reception. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Heat shimmered off the road. Even if her dad still lived in Brentwell Street, he mightn't be home. He could have a job, haha. Not once in 10 years had he mentioned work. 10 years since he'd left, kicked off the steelworks for constantly turning up pissed. Kicked out by her mum, his phone calls and letters, always muddled and rambling, grew less and less frequent, until they stopped. She unfolded her grubby printout of a grid of streets. She stood outside a neat blue fibro. Beds of flowers flanked the steps, heavy tomatoes adorned the sunny wall, and there it was, the brass-anchored door knocker. The one thing he'd taken with him. Her knock echoed hollowly. Not home. She sat on the top step and turned the printout over. She wrote about the baby, due in 5 months, just before his birthday, she said. You're going to be a granddad. She'd be hitching back that afternoon. Your dog sounds cute. Here's my address in case you're ever passing. Later, back on the highway, a car pulled up. At the window, a face, thinner, bearded, but those eyes, she'd know them anywhere, clear as clear. A grin the size of a welcome bridge. Got a feed ready, in you hop.
You're about to arrive at your destination.
What the f?
Marry me. Please say yes. Please say yes. Marry me. In our local church with a choir singing and church bells ringing, words will say in blessed matrimony: love, honor. Hired a skyrider. His plane flew over our house, the words written in white snow on blue sheets. You saw them, smiled. I know your body like my own, the curves, smells, folds of it, the licks of tongues to the fire passion's breath of it. Though we share our bed, you cannot be my wife. Church, forbidden. No white frocks, gold rings, wedding bells, no rainbow confetti, no battered shoes to knock the roads behind a sign, just married. My love, here is my proposal. When the law is changed, marry me.
Moving to a big city was by far the ballsiest thing I'd ever done in my life. 10 times ballsier than that time I ate 3-week-old Chinese out of the communal fridge at uni. I remember thinking that I no longer had anything that tied me to any place anymore, thinking that my internal compass was shot, that I'd feel lost forever. I tried to grip onto anything that I thought could become an anchor. First, it was this B-grade dumpling shop that had shut down due to health and safety violations. Again and again, I was denied my right for mooring, until one night I saw this star that seemed to be bigger and brighter than any other, and I thought once and for all that it was my anchor. Turns out that it was a 10:20 flight from Dubai. But that made me realize that we are all fluid, we are all perpetual, we are all our own landmark. We shine brighter when we are moving.
Every weekend, he rode miles up and down the Great Ocean Road. A flask of water clipped to his bike frame, his helmet bobbing in regular breaths. Now, he sits in a brown leather chair, working the lever at his side, searching for the right elevation. The perfect tipping point for a glass of beer on the TV's horizon. Sometimes it's hard to draw the dots between the years. The points seem out of alignment, and although you look for logic in the Harlequin patterns, there's nothing there but a dark tunnel, with only the palest stream of light hissing in the distance.
Turing Test Study Guide. Sweat. Don't sweat. Try too hard to relax. Forget your robot friends, their lilting gait. Rack brains for that quotation from Romeo and Juliet to add to your response to question 5. Just leave it. Revert to even more citationality. That is not what computers do. Make a pentameter by accident while claiming that you are not writing verse. Hide your machine heart, broken. Present a bouquet to the judge. Study. Don't study. Be yourself. Don't think of who you were this morning, or how strange your feet seemed when seen in a strange bathtub. Suppress that nervous laugh, or at least leave it out of the teletype. Remember the apt quotation from the sonnets, but get it wrong, just. You will seem less intelligent, but more human. That is the aim of it. Don't claim the sky is blue beyond compare. That is just the impossibility trope. Come up with something more original. Bare your analog soul. Machine heart. Broken. Roses tattooed down the arm.
Our world is entirely held together by screws. Big screws here, little screws there, and yet we take them completely for granted. If we are not diligent about keeping them all tightly entorted, our entire civilization will quite literally crumble to the ground.
Critical condition at Royal.
There are no butterflies in Iraq, he said, as we were watching the one-day international on a green pitch sponsored by Taubman's Easy Coat antibacterial war paint. And the dugongs have disappeared from the reef, he continued, because they could not live with the white bleached coral colours in vogue these days. And seagrass is so 60s. Meanwhile, abbots, bishops and their laity are denying that climate change and fertiliser and runoff have anything to do with perceptions that butterflies don't exist on the fertile plains of the Euphrates River, and that poets don't have any responsibility for saving species at risk of extinction. We watched the paint dry during the ad break, worried about Australia's position in this game, but reassured that the government has come up with a plan involving the cricketers, the painters and the butterflies to produce a colour card that will be accessible in any Bunnings from Cairns to Wagga, with all the colours of the reef ready for walls in lounge rooms, bedrooms, and with the addition of an antifungal additive in wet areas such as the kitchen, the bathroom and the Great Barrier Reef.
I saw a man die. Road rage.
You can't get around me, mate.
One punch. The old man toppled like a matchstick. I didn't see his head hit the ground, but I heard it. It was a slap of sorts. You'd think it'd be a crunch or a crack, but it wasn't. The guy who threw the punch just drove off. I wrote his number plate on the back of my hand, and they took a photo of the scrawled numbers on my sweaty skin. It's evidence, the cops said. The press were hawking. It started to rain. An excuse to run, and run I did. A reporter chased me down the road, but I had no words for him. Just a slap. With a very long echo.
I want to be Amelie. Chop my hair off and put on a French accent. Howdy doodle. That's all there is to it. Maybe I could take it one step further. I could move to France. I would meet a handsome young man, and he would look up at me and exclaim his shock at seeing my beauty.
So quirky, so cute.
I would meet him under the Eiffel Tower that afternoon. I would drink everyone in, swallowing their hearts until they tell me their truths, then spit them out all moist and bewildered. And I would be Amelie.
Empty the till.
Boy, keep your hands where I can see them.
Is it Davo? Morton Primary? I remember now. Fish paste sandwiches. When I didn't bring me lunch, you'd share. Well, what do you need it for, Davo? Are you hungry? I can give you a pie. Take a pie, Davo. Go on.
Television again sings an opera of gunfire. People will always shoot people. We just never believe it. Your eyes are empty of me. I forgot what it feels like. A foreign skin on my skin. I know tomorrow will be empty of you. But my television is full of affordable romance. I will be that woman you see every day on your crowded way home. Looming large above our flickering city. Her diamonds are on sale. And on her ring finger. I like her smile. Photoshopped. Long-lasting. Permanence is just something we never believe in.
A man asked me, "What is dog?" I said, "Dog is fur, rough with twisted-in grass burrs. A successful sausage stealing at a barbecue." Running to the front door to greet me when I get home. Every time, every time, every time. Chin on paws and soft, anxious eyes when I'm upset. A whiff of disgusting dog breath. Going for walkies, mingling together, leaving her scent. Meeting new friends. A wet nose nudging my calf. Content signs from the end of the bed. "But what's the point of it?" asked the man. "You don't know, dog," I replied.
Lord, our Savior, O Jesus, Julia did not deserve that rose. I did. Dave gave that rose to Roseanne. Oh my god, I can't get that girl over you.
You were the one who told me what that word meant. A cabinet of curiosities. A wonder room of natural and unnatural history. Inside, I met a loris with a toothache who helped me unpin the butterflies from their display. They fluttered between the tree trunk ghosts of a rainforest and dragged their feet across the frozen nectar of ashen floristry. I told him of your crooked lateral incisors and of the way my chest feels when I think of you too much. I do not know who they are. The scientists, the ethnographers, the map makers. But here we tip out a landscape of their spoils. The butterflies splutter against water. Against glass.
小辰光辣盖上海，伊拉会得过来造。
Your brother.